Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joe Handy, the Android Authority app guy, and we're doing something a little bit different this month. Instead of having two app lists for apps and then games, we're going to have one that has both apps and games in it. If you want to check out the full list of either one, we have those linked up in the video description below. Otherwise, let's get started. Drop Recipes is a new cooking app. Its claim to fame is support for smart home gadgets like the Drop Scale and connected ovens like Bosch and GE appliances. The application also includes a variety of recipes, one of the best step-by-step instruction guides that we've ever seen, ingredient substitution, and photo and video content. There really isn't much wrong with this one, and it should also expand its recipe library over time like most other cooking apps. DVD Netflix is a new application from, you guessed it, Netflix. It revives its old DVD service, and the application lets you order a DVD or two, watch them, return them, and then take out some more. How often and how many DVDs you have access to depends on your subscription tier. The lowest one is 1 DVD at a time, twice per month, while the highest tier nets you 2 discs at a time and an unlimited number of rentals per month. This is an excellent service for movie fans who don't want to drop money on digital rentals or just prefer physical media. Netflix offers a month for free as a trial. Files Go Beta is a new application from Google. It's kind of like Clean Master minus all of the horrible crappy parts that don't actually work. The application cleans out junk files on a person's device, and that includes the contents of the download folder, duplicate photos, junk files, and more. It also recommends applications for users to uninstall based on how long it's been since they used them. The application is best for those on older devices or in developing markets with phones that don't have a ton of storage. The application is totally free to use. Model AN 3D Pro is a basic 3D modeling app. It creates 3D models of various things, and it's a little difficult to use at first. However, it can do some pretty decent basic stuff. Some of the other features include GIF creation using the models, Minecraft skin support, and OBJ file support. It's not as powerful as desktop software, and there are a few bugs here and there because it's still new. Still, the application is a lot of fun to play with, and it's also entirely free with no in-app purchases. There is the occasional ad though. Unroll Me is the Android app version of the popular service by the same name. It shows you all of your email subscriptions, whether they're spam or intentional. You can quickly unsubscribe from various mailing lists very quickly. This one is also one of those rare applications that everyone should definitely try at least once. It helps clean out your inbox, get rid of spam, and manage your subscriptions in a way that you can't find in most other apps. The application is also free with no in-app purchases. There are some ads, but they're not overly annoying. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp is Nintendo's latest big game release. In fact, the game already has over 5 million downloads just a couple of weeks after release. The central mechanic is sim building. You build up a little campsite, and from there, animals show up and you can explore things and various other activities. The reception is very positive so far. However, Nintendo did make this one a freemium game. That may be a dark spot on an otherwise great game release, but most don't seem to mind. Final Fantasy Dimensions 2 is a unique game. It plays like a freemium, gacha-style mobile RPG. However, Square Enix stripped out all of the annoying parts like microtransactions, any hint of a stamina system, and other such freemium elements. It is honestly weird playing a freemium game with no freemium elements to it, but aside from that, it does feature decent retro-style graphics, a long storyline, and an excellent soundtrack, along with some other stuff. It is a very polarizing release, but mostly because it's also fairly expensive at $14.99. Monument Valley 2 is probably going to be a contender for Game of the Year, and the anticipation was higher than average for pretty much any other mobile game. The second game plays very similarly to the first. It has the same gorgeous puzzles with more or less the same gameplay style. There is a second character, and that changes how you move through the puzzles. However, it very much feels like an extension of the first one as opposed to a new game. Like its predecessor, it's also a shorter game that focuses more on the experience rather than the difficulty. That may irk some players, but we still think it's worth the $4.99 price of admission. South Park Phone Destroyer is the latest TV show themed mobile game. This one features gacha mechanics. Players will collect various versions of the various characters from the show. It also includes strategy elements, online PvP, a single player storyline, some customizations, and other stuff. Thankfully, it does include the kind of witty banter that you would expect from a South Park property. However, at the end of the day, it is still a freemium game. That doesn't make it bad, but one should adjust one's expectations accordingly. Words with Friends 2 is the third game in the popular word game franchise, and no, that is not a typo. This one follows the same Scrabble-style gameplay as its predecessors, however it also adds a few gameplay modes, challenges, and more. The game also includes 50,000 new words that previous games don't have, otherwise the experience is basically the same. You take a turn, spell a word, and then your opponent builds off the word with the existing letters on the board. It's a fun game as long as you don't mind it being aimed at the casual players. And that about does it for this one, folks. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to get the latest Android Authority videos as soon as they come out. The links for everything are in the video description below if you so happen to need them. As always, thanks for watching everybody, and have a wonderful day.